Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca, in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The information like the decks and the dice I'm using, that's all below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below as well. That is below as well. Same information, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? Why are we going back to these? Stop. Okay. You have enjoyed success before. That seems very open. So we're already starting with something that you have had success in this situation before. Now, when I say success, I feel like I have the breath of life in me, in the sense of like, you know, this is kind of like falling in love for the first time, getting that promotion that you didn't think you were going to get, figuring out how to do something that was really difficult. It's like that success, like this is a moment of success, not just like, you know, oh, I didn't burn the dinner, not that type of success. Like, oh, you know, it came out correctly, not that type of success. Like, wow, like this was awesome. Like, I was working towards this, I've been putting a lot of energy towards this, and bam, I got it, and I did excellent. Like that type of success, like notable success. So you've known this type of success before, and I get either at the moment it's either eluding you or you're eluding it. Because it's like there's a possibility that you're kind of like skirting around. The question is why? I'm trying to be careful, but I think you already know you want to make a change. You are avoiding it, is what I think you're doing. Success can come back into your life, but I keep seeing like somebody looking at their room, and it's kind of like, well, I have to pick up everything I've been doing and put it all away and get a whole new set of circumstances out if I do that. This is like, I could change the whole game, and that would offer me the opportunity to find that level of success again. I just want to be sure I want to do that before I do that, because once I put all this stuff away, it's not like I'm putting it away in a trunk and I can get it back out later. It's kind of like once I put it all away, I'm giving it away. Once I shut it all down, it's not going to be like it was again. So this is maybe why you're holding off on it. Like, if I change this, there's no going back. And if I have decided I want that level of success again, and I want to go for that level of success again, this is the cost of that. It's not a decision you're taking lightly. It's not a decision you're going to make today. And I'm kind of like, I feel like some of you are already looking at this like, no, I already made the decision. I'm not going to do it. But if you're still watching this reading, they're kind of saying, well, you're going to keep thinking about it. And the reason you keep thinking about it is because you really haven't made up your mind yet. You might be telling yourself this is what you need to do, but your soul is not at peace with it. And if your soul's not at peace with it, it's kind of like figuring out why isn't your soul at peace with it. I keep getting rushes of energy where the door keeps opening and I keep shutting it. It's not funny. It's kind of not funny. I keep seeing it. The door opens like opportunity, and you're like, no, opportunity, no, no. Um, it keeps showing up. It keeps coming. It keeps trying to come through the door, and I keep getting it. You're avoiding it with the Six of Swords, and you keep walking away from it. You're like, no, 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 shut the door, shut the door. Put something up next to it. Put a chair next to it. Whatever we got to do. No, no, I'm not going to do it. Again, I'm going to come back to that though. Your soul keeps coming back to it. Your soul isn't at peace with you shutting that door, so the door keeps opening. It's hard, and there's a lot of factors here. These last few cards that come out are all the things around the situation that I feel like I'm at the very least changing, if not giving up. By making this choice, if I decided to go through that door of opportunity, which may be the reason why you keep shutting the door of opportunity, there's already a social connection here, at least somewhat, that you very much love and that you don't want to jeopardize. There are some things here that you don't like. Clearly there are things here you don't like, but you might be devastating some people that you don't want to devastate. That might be a part of it too, or you're afraid you might. There's some devotion towards you. There's some good energy around you that it's hard to not recognize. There is some of that going on here where people are very devoted to you, and they would be very lost if you made this choice, or it's going to feel like they might be. Maybe that's not exactly how that would play out, but it feels like that. There are also people in this situation that are going to go on their own journey anyway. With Ace of Wands, they're going to claim their own Ace of Wands. There's other people who are really looking to move on as it is. These are all factors around the situation that I think it's making the situation a lot more complicated. And it's kind of like, well, it's not just about me and my opportunity. It's about all these other connections and what I'd be doing to these other connections. It does make it a lot heavier and a lot harder to allow myself to consider the options. I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, that door of opportunity just keeps flying open. It just keeps flying open. And the only way to resolve it that I'm getting is to address it. To look at it honestly and sort through what is there. If I choose it, what do I get? If I choose it, what do I lose? And also the other side. If I shut the door, if I reject it, what do I win? If I reject it, what do I lose? I feel like if I sort it out, that could solve it. It seems like you're heading towards that anyway, to where you're needing to sort it out and decide what you want to do. Sooner or later, it seems like it has to happen one way or another. Six of Pentacles coming in. I got to sort it out rationally. Be aware, other people are going to make decisions. Maybe you're not expecting that, mostly because you're centered on what you're going through and not what they're going through. Oh, this is something. Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords coming in like this means it's not quite on the level. Some good information, some false information. This is how it's coming in. And then your card, the Star card coming up. The truth starting to come forward. Somebody else might be making a decision that kind of changes how you're feeling about possibly going towards that opportunity. That might be what's triggering you to really sort out what do you really want. Because like once the landscape changes, it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. I was looking at it like this is the layout. And if this is the layout, I'm not allowing myself to consider that option. But if the layout isn't what I thought, there's some caverns, there's some tunnels, there's some water, there's some this, there's some that I wasn't really seeing because it was hidden behind that, it was behind this, under this, whatever. Now that I'm seeing there's a different landscape than I thought was here, I need to really decide, do I want to stick with this, or do I actually want to seriously take that option into account? That seems to be coming. Just because you're very committed to whatever this is, And I feel like this is again really looming over you. But if I change this, there's no going back. It's kind of like burning a candle. Once I've burned it, once it's been used, it's been used. I can create a new candle, but it won't be that candle. I can replicate that candle, try to replicate it, but it won't be the same candle. It won't be the same thing. How this could go to bring more peace for you, and it's interesting, is to really just sort it out and to really decide what really works best for you, what makes you happy, what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. Is the current situation bringing you to a place of happiness, or are you putting up with some things that you wouldn't if it wasn't for all the extra factors? If you minus out the extra factors, that will give you your honest position. Minus out the extra factors, look through search your soul for what you really want, then add those factors back in afterwards. Does that sound right? There's holding it to yourself and trying to lock yourself into what you feel you should do. These are both good cards, the Queen of Cups and the Empress. But the Queen of Cups in this situation is kind of like feeling like what I need to do for other people. That's going to hold you back. That's not going to give you the long term. And it may be one of those things where it seems like the right decision for now, but somebody else might be making their own decisions and they're going to keep changing the landscape anyway. This one, I'm deconstructing it, deciding what I really want, then reconstructing it with the extra factors, and I'm seeing a different viewpoint when I do that. When I boil it down and I take out all the extra factors and I really get to what I naturally want, and then I think about how it affects other people afterwards, before I do anything, it does give you a proper perspective, because it gives you the opportunity to go, okay, if I made this decision, I think this is how it would affect this person. I think this could be a possibility here. I think this, I think that. Versus if I'm just shutting the door and not letting myself even consider it. Because it's like going the other way, if I'm thinking about everybody else before me, I'm going, oh, I don't think they would like that. I shouldn't consider this. Oh, I don't think that they would do well with this. I'm not going to consider this. If I deconstruct it the other way, I'm seeing how it could be built. I'm seeing opportunities, and I'm seeing how I can help other people with the added opportunities. There's a completely different viewpoint from it. It's like seeing the value of the house, seeing the value of the house from inside the house versus seeing the value of the house from outside the house. Like looking at the house from the road versus looking at the house from the interior. You have completely different viewpoints. You can see like what actually needs work and what doesn't. Somebody can tell you, but you experiencing it and seeing it for yourself gives you a much better advantage to decide whether this is actually worth your time or not anyway. This isn't going to be one of those readings to decide whether you should or shouldn't do something. It's more about helping you find out for yourself if you should or shouldn't do something. I do get one way or the other if you boil it down, take out all the extra factors, all the environmental factors, and just what do you want. It's going to have an effect. You may choose the option, or you may decide to change what you're currently dealing with. I feel like if you boil it down that way, you take out all the environmental factors and you get to what you actually want. There, for some of you, you're going to see the situation like, wait a minute, what I do have, why can't it be more like what I want? Why can't we change this? Why can't I align this better to what it should be, to what I feel it should be? That viewpoint might also open doors in your mind going, I'm accepting something that I shouldn't be accepting. So let me see if I can actually update this and upgrade this to where I would like it to be, and maybe not just settle for what it is. It's almost like by going the other version and just thinking about other people before yourself, you're not even allowing yourself to get that far. But boiling it down, getting to what you want first, you're going to be like, wait a minute, maybe I could have that in my current situation. What's making that other opportunity so alluring to me is this, that, and the other thing. And I think I could have that here. How can I create that here? For some of you, not all of you, of course. One way or another, you're meant to get to the gates of triumph. be it the new option or being it upgrading what you currently have to kind of emulate the option or what's so enticing about the option in your current situation. Are we good? I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.